one of the things that I've learned from you is so much about selling, like so much. And I've done sales trainings, over my career, but nothing quite as relatable as what you do. So, can you
Right.
tell me, is there a connection between being a good networker and being a good salesperson? Are those skills connected? What else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I will say, yeah, that anytime that you can improve upon the way that we engage people, right? Because no matter what product you're selling, what service you're selling, what company you have, no matter if it's big or small or large corporation, they all have one common denominator, and that is they are all run by people. And
Yeah.
if you can understand how to relate to people, connect with people, make people feel important, those things are synonymous with success as it pertains to networking and even selling. And selling has evolved over the years as well, where, back in the day it was just strictly features and benefits. And sometimes you hear people say show up and throw up. This means like, if I got 30 minutes with Monique and I got to sell her something, I'm just going to tell her as much as I can about my product and something's going to stick. Those are old ways of selling. And now it's really evolved where I like to say selling is not I almost don't like to call it selling. I'd say it's really an intentional conversation with a desired outcome that benefits all sides. If you could
Look,
have just a discussion and then you guys are both trying to solve the same problem or identifying what the problem is and have a discussion. And at the end of it, you both win and there's no buyer's remorse. That is a great selling situation that will be productive, will be repeatable, and will have what I call a long call continuum in terms of the sale is just not over once the transaction's done. That just kind of confirms what we agreed upon. But I hope anybody I do business with or people that you do business with, no matter if they're in their current job or they change jobs or they change companies or change professions, I hope and my plan is that once a customer, always a customer. And sometimes customers may not even buy right now because if they don't buy right now and I develop a relationship with them, they will refer other people to me. I will refer business to them. So, those are things that I've learned, but I'll tell you this selling model that I developed called it 25, 15, 60 cap selling model. It's the easiest way that the download that is the percentage of time that you'll spend during doing certain tasks that will result in a successful sale. And it breaks down like this. 25% of the time should be allocated towards preparation, right? So if you're going to a networking event and especially or a conference and you know who's going to be there, spend 25% of the time. For example, if it's an hour conference, a 2-day conference, spend at least a day or a significant amount of time researching who's going to be there, research what the topic is. If there's speakers, are there people you want to contact or you want to meet some of the speakers. So there's the preparation that you do before a networking event and also the preparation that you do before a sale. For example, if I had an hour sales meeting, I spent at least 2 or 3 hours preparing. So it might be looking at it's the public company, their annual report, or I'll look at the person I'm meeting with. I'll look at them, I'll link down, I'll look at articles, see what's happening in the news. And that helps you with the next 15%, which is what you do when you're in front of people. Right. So even though I might sell something that's for 10,000 and I've had product I sold worth, a couple $1 million, when I have a sales meeting, it's usually between an hour, 30 minutes and an hour, maybe hour and a half. You don't get 3 hours, 5 hours in front of somebody. And if you do, it might be over a period of time. So that small window of time, you have to be effective. And that's learning how to present your product. There's a couple statistics out there that half the salespeople out there don't know how to clearly articulate their value proposition to their customers. It's for professional salespeople. Now, imagine what that looks like for like you and I when we're talking to startup founders or small business owners that are not salespeople by profession. So what you do in front of people is so important. And the last thing, which I think if you mess up the preparation, if you mess up what you do in front of people, 60% of a successful sale or successful networking engagement happens in the follow-up. So if people don't remember anything that I say, you can save the day if your follow-up is impeccable. In particular in networking, I like to tell people that what's the unsolved mystery show, the first 48? I
yeah.
talk about, the first 48, same thing. When you meet people, you should have a rule to follow up within 48 hours, whatever that action item is. So it's putting all that together consistently that has a common framework for networking, common framework for selling as well. And the one other last thing I'll say, as I've coached 15, 20-year career salespeople in that do this for a living, not just startup founders, the one thing that most career salespeople do not do consistently is close and ask for the business or commitment. And it's not like, Monique, I'm not let you have phone till you sign this contract.
Mm.
It's just agreeing. So now that we've had the discussion, what are the next steps? So
Yeah.
we're gonna have a follow-up meeting with your peers. I'm gonna send you the contract, you're gonna review it. Whatever it is, it's agreeing on what is the next course of action to solidify what we talked about and what are the next subsequent steps.